Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with North Carolina-based jazz guitarist Daniel DeLorenzo. He talked to us about his new 2022 CD, K-Bye. He again reached out to the show, and it's his fifth studio album and a triumphant return to a commanding sound. This project consists of 8 original compositions and a rendition of the great Miles Davis standard, Nardis. We covered the album, COVID times, and the future. Enjoy.
So you're down in North Carolina, correct?
I am.
Right on. How's everything going?
Everything's going fine, man. Everything's great.
Good. Well, hey, thanks again for sending over the CDs. I've really enjoyed listening to it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
You bet. So, first and foremost, we're kind of coming out of another variant. It's like we think we're out, and live music and things will pick up, and then it shuts down. So, having this come out right now during a specific time where infection rates are lower and there's a chance for live music and promoting this, how does this particular time feel for having your brand new album out?
It definitely still feels strange. It's even though gigs are coming back a little bit, it still feels really hard to book stuff. So I haven't been able to do as many live shows in support of the album as I'd like to. So really it's all still online promotion and getting it out to people. So very, very much like it was during the lockdown period, it feels like to me.
But is there kind of a sense of relief, even with that being said, that people could really use music in their lives? Is there kind of that sense that this is a good time to get music out there for people?
For sure, and the experience of getting to record with people again on this record was like such a great feeling, yeah.
So talk to me about this album. My perception of this is there's a different sound to things now that have been produced and have been released during the pandemic, and it's like you were working things out. There's kind of a threshing vibe to this. So talk to me a little bit about, from your perspective, what you were trying to do with this from an artistic perspective.
During the kind of pandemic period, I got a lot of time to kind of reassess my playing and explore different things. I did an album in isolation before this. So coming into this, it was all about getting back together with people and playing communicatively. So a huge part of this album to me is being very dynamic with how we play. I got up with a drummer named Gaston Reggio as soon as we could start getting together with people. And he and I just hit it off as far as being able to communicate well while we play. So a big part of this album is just duo performances of guitar and drums, really embracing that idea of listening and being in the moment with the songs. So all of these songs are vehicles for that, really.
So K-Bye is your 5th studio album, which at this point right now, you're really deep into your solo career, and there's a lot of original compositions on this. How do you feel from an evolutionary standpoint, or what kind of a statement you're trying to make with this particular album?
This album is definitely the most of my own voice that I've had on any record. I have original albums in the past, but this one, it really is idiosyncratic and speaks to the way that I write music, which is great because it is my voice, but I also find it hard because it doesn't fit squarely in a traditional jazz kind of box or a traditional improvised music or blues. It's kind of got a lot of things going on that make it hard to define when I tell people about it.
Talk to me a little bit about, when we do return, when you do actually have a breakthrough and there's going to be live performances, what are you hoping that we all collectively, both artists and audience, realize about the absence of live music in our lives for so long, almost 2 years now?
Yeah, I guess just go experience as much of it as you can. It's a really missed thing. I was having a conversation with a musician friend of mine yesterday, and everybody's like rearing to play. Everybody wants to play more. So I'm hoping these opportunities return and people get to go hear music. The bands and musicians are getting to play music. We should appreciate it while it's around.
Without a doubt. So let's get to the brass tacks here. Tell everybody where they can pick up a copy of the album and in what format, and possibly when you might be playing in your neck of the woods for a CD release or something along those lines.
So it's available on any streaming site, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music, it's available, YouTube. You can get it on my website. If you send me a message, I can drop you one in the mail. You can purchase it on Bandcamp. Pretty much anywhere you get music, you can find K-By. As far as a CD release, I'll have to keep you posted. I don't have anything on the books now. I am available. If you're in North Carolina and you're looking for music, I'm available. So
Beautiful. Daniel, thank you again for sending over the album. I'm looking forward to profiling it on the show, and good luck with everything. Hopefully things do open up, and it is just really good to hear and see that things are continuing to move and albums are coming out, even though the live music element's not there the way it should be yet.
absolutely. Thanks so much for your time, Joe.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest cats in North Carolina, Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. Thanks to Daniel for reaching out, for his time, music, and story. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino in the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com, and for everything Neon Jazz all the time, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.